Like you, I listen to podcasts during my workouts, and one of my favorites is a Japanese one called ゆる言語ラジオ, which roughly translates to casual linguistics radio. It's a normal podcast where the two hosts go over linguistic topics while joking around. I'm sure you can imagine that since it's a Japanese language-focused podcast, I, a Japanese speaker, would want to hear it in Japanese. So when I opened the YouTube Music app one morning and heard this,
it's probably going to affect Google indirectly. Well, that's probably it. Probably.
I was repulsed. First of all, I was shocked to see AI dubbing used on podcasts at all, because who thought anyone would want to listen to a robot talk for a whole hour? It's flat and unemotive, and it doesn't even speak fast enough to match the original audio, so it skips over a lot of dialogue. On top of that, the feature fails to consistently differentiate between the two speakers, so whole chunks of the podcast became the same AI voice talking to itself.
The problem is that Whopper was searched for.
Yes, that's right. It's true that people didn't really understand the meaning of Whopper. I thought so, but I'm
not sure about the release order.
I don't even know if the hosts know that this feature was added. But what baffled me the most was how the YouTube Music app didn't give me the option to switch the audio track to its original language. And luckily, I no longer have this problem. The YouTube Music app has stopped automatically changing my Japanese podcasts to English. Hooray, a feature no one asked for has been removed. Oh great, now Amazon is doing AI dubbing on their shows.
I need to know banana fishes quick, what you've been babbling about. I know because that man said it while dying.
But banana, that fish it was banana.
I remember some shorts videos having the same problem a few months ago, but I haven't bothered to check since I don't have the YouTube app on my phone, and I've blocked shorts from my desktop browser. If you haven't done so yet, go install YouTube Shorts Block right now. You can thank me later. There's a part of me that understands YouTube's efforts to tear down the language barrier within its platform. In theory, I, as a creator, could gain a wider audience by translating my content. That's what all these YouTube growth experts from 8 months ago are telling me. In between the videos that teach me how to turn off auto dubbing. Yeah, contrary to YouTube's efforts, so many of its translation features have made the platform annoying or even inaccessible to users, especially for bilinguals like me. The most obvious is the auto-translated video titles. You don't need me to tell you that YouTube video titles almost have their own language. Any creator who's serious about getting views thinks about their titles, and it hurts to see that effort get ruined by literal translations. Not only that, it also makes it harder for me to figure out which language a video is originally in. But you know what? Fine. I'll bear with it. The translated descriptions, though? That is inexcusable. How is there no show original button for video descriptions? There's a lot of important information in there. Speaking of buttons, you know what matters more to me? This. Because YouTube thinks I can't read Japanese, it gives me a translation button right over the read more button. I don't know about you, but I like reading long comments. Some of you guys treat the comments section like it's Reddit, and it shows. But when I go into, I don't know, a Japanese artist's video to read their comments, I'm forced to stop after 3 sentences. YouTube will not let me read what this guy has to say about the difference between Japanese and English furry communities. Where else am I going to find this information? Just to let you know, creators only have vague levels of control over these translated titles and descriptions. By this, I mean you can add your own language-specific titles and descriptions to videos, but if we don't manually set them up, they could get auto-translated to who knows what. And while we can opt out of the auto-dubbing feature, even then, we found it suddenly there one day and had to manually turn it off. And I've heard some creators say that you can't disable it on videos that you uploaded before you turned off the feature. So I guess I'm screwed if a random Swedish person gets offended because one of my jokes in my videos gets horribly mistranslated. And if you've already tried to escape auto-translation from the viewer end of YouTube, you know there is no clear way to turn it off. YouTube doesn't give you a Q&A page about it, and even after a bit of digging into conversations between users, it seems unclear whether these language settings reflect your Google account's language or your goddamn IP's geolocation. And my torment doesn't end with YouTube. In my last video about Assassin's Creed Shadows, I went searching for Japanese people's opinions on the controversy because the whole point of the project was to compare and contrast complaints from English-speaking fans and Japanese fans. So to get those Japanese sources, I googled keywords like Assassin's Creed, Yasuke, Samurai in Japanese. And what does Google give me? Links to auto-translated Reddit forums. 違う! そうじゃない! I have never heard a Japanese person ever reference Reddit once in my life, let alone use it. I'm not saying Reddit should never be read in Japanese, but at least let me choose to translate it. And that's the biggest problem in all of this. We did not consent to these translations. For viewers, there is often no indicator that a video has been translated, and for creators, our videos default to automatic translations. This isn't just annoying, it's dangerous. When tech companies force automated translations on its users, this distorts people's perception of language itself. It takes the idea of language, something so rich with culture and history, something creative, complicated, and emotive, and turns it into a problem with a strict answer. Sure, you could give a large language model lots of context to get it closer to a more appropriate translation, but that doesn't change the fact that by design, these machines regurgitate very similar answers to their training data. And that's a problem because rarely is there a singular correct answer to translation, to understanding what someone means by their choice of words. Human output should not be treated like there is always a correct set of answers. You know what this kind of limited, efficiency-focused product design leads to? Racism, ethnocentrism. My complaints as a bilingual are not special. Over half of the world's population is bilingual or multilingual, and there are plenty of people who come to YouTube specifically to study another language. Those people do not want these features, but because Google ignores the fact that most countries teach English as a second language, or believes that English speakers will enjoy this AI-dubbed slop,
It's not.
Not.
we're all forced to put up with it. And I know I joked about a random Swedish person getting offended by a mistranslation, but as someone whose output is primarily in English, the world's lingua franca, I'm privileged. English, specifically American English, dominates the datasets that LLMs train on because much of the internet is written in English. Due to this bias, the chances of non-English content getting mistranslated and misconstrued are higher, making non-English speakers more vulnerable in this system. Don't you think that's messed up? In the name of making the world more accessible, AI strips away what makes human expression unique and homogenizes it. Image generation, trained on the most popular LLMs, incentivizes people to write prompts in English for more ideal outputs. So don't bother writing anything poetic in your native language. Or maybe you can learn Polish, I guess? Students from non-Western countries have to deal with AI westernizing what they write, but they're stuck in a catch-22 because if an English learner writes an essay without AI, there's a more than 50% chance of their essay getting flagged in AI detection tools. And don't get me started on accent translation AI. Its only use is to further commoditize cheap foreign labor so it's more palatable to English nations.
Curious to know where I'm coming from. If you say, where are you from? Because your accent, I cannot understand you. But I will say, yeah, I actually am from Cameroon. That's why you can see that I'm speaking this way.
No joke, it's the plot of Sorry to Bother You. As someone who has worked on translation, I get that I'm more invested in this issue than the average person. I could lecture you on how much context affects translation and how the goals of direct translation and cultural localization are different and all that stuff. But this video isn't about the art of translation. It's about tech companies stripping color from language just for the sake of efficiency. And you might have not even noticed it. The more automated these tools become, the more stagnant their output will feel, and people outside of the limited scope of target audiences will either be ignored or outright discriminated against. If you're angry about this like me, keep talking about it. Complain about it on social media and to your friends and family. Send feedback to YouTube. Turn off whatever AI features you can. Show tech companies and their investors that this technology is a waste of time, energy, and money. And also, acknowledge translators' names in your books and Netflix shows. Remind yourself that there is someone, another human being, helping you connect to the rest of the world. Thanks a bunch to my Patreon members for their support. If you enjoyed this video, remember to like, subscribe, maybe leave a comment and hype the video? Apparently that's a thing now. I also stream on Twitch and hang out on Bluesky if you want to see what I'm up to between videos. Thanks for watching this far, and I'll see you in the next one.